sometimes there's a little bit too much information. I been reading these books, and in the last 2 months, it's July 5th, today's August 26th. In the last 2 months, I've read 5 books, which is a lot for me. I'm not usually a reader. And one thing I've learned is that there is such a thing as too much information, where you learn something and it's a good lesson that could actually make a difference, but you don't implement it. And so I think this is probably a common problem in the day and age of information, where everything is so accessible and we have all the resources that we could ever want and need and use, that there's so much information it actually creates us or causes us to slow down, to become overwhelmed, to not implement, to not learn, to not engage with the things that we learn. And I think it's a huge detriment. So one thing I've done and started doing to help kind of deal with this sort of information overload is to slow down and to stop listening to the podcast, to stop reading a book, to stop those things. Because once you learn that information, now it's time to do something with it. So that might be journaling about it. It might be taking notes. It might be putting into a calendar. It might be a video recording. This is part of me digesting the information that I'm learning, is not just absorbing it, but then putting it back out, teaching somebody else about it, taking notes on it, journaling about it, anything that will allow me to kind of digest the information. If you've ever eaten too much food, you know what I mean. You know how it feels when you eat too much. You don't feel great, because your body's not able to use a lot of that nutrients because you just eat so much food. It's overwhelming. I think your mind is the same thing, your mind and your spirit. So that's just something that's been on my mind, something that I'm working through, is to slow down and say no to some information. Not that you don't want that information, you don't want to learn, but sometimes that information is actually more detrimental because it's clogging your thought process, it's clogging your system from implementing and learning the material that you did learn. So hope this helps. Just some ideas for you to think about, something that I've been working on and chewing on recently. So